Life Audio.
Hey, welcome to the Anti-Resolution Revolution. I'm Dr. Bill Senyard with Gospel App Ministries and God's Love for the Unlovable and Gospel Rant. I'm talking about New Year's resolutions, and let me say again, don't do them. Stop it. Take a breath. Don't put yourself through it again. Remember last year, the year before, the year before, the year before. How'd it go for you? So I give you permission to not do them. Right? Why put yourself through the shame of falling short again? And, believing if you're a Christian that God's disappointed in you. Remember, most people don't make it to February. Welcome to Gospel Rant, New Year's Anti-Resolution Revolution Month. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors. Instead, admit you can't do it. Pray to God, who can do amazing things, to give you His power, Ephesians 3, and the fruit of the Spirit. And I've seen evidence of such fruit of the Spirit in the lives of some overlooked and underappreciated women in the Old Testament who are the subjects of my recent book, Dance Daughters of the Most High, the first of the trilogy. Why not ask God for one of those fruits? What could go wrong? It's not about you working harder. It's about God, you accessing God's power. Okay? The first one that I noticed in the women of the Old Testament, who really are mothers of the church, mothers of our faith, is this: a radical sensitivity to God. Wouldn't that be great? And His calling. The women in my book were just regular women going about their daily lives just like you, but then God came. And somehow they got something new. It wasn't because they just thought that making good New Year resolutions was a good idea. We don't have any record of them doing that. God found them. He pursued them. He laid the good stuff on them. Not because they were worthy. It was the good stuff that made them worthy. They were changed, and people noticed. They became amazing mothers of our faith. Radical sensitivity to God, awareness of God's presence, awareness that God's there and He's hugging you, and His calling for you, the quest that He's put you on, that inner God-sourced capacity to recognize that it is indeed God who is speaking to you, and that the Lord of the heavens actually has your back today. An amazing gift, right? He specifically wants that person, these women in particular, to do something special, and it's a beautiful thing to read about. These now spirit-filled individuals seem to be miraculously able to hear God when no one else around them does. For instance, Samson's mother. She's barren, she can't have children until an angel appears and tells her she is going to have a very special child. Well, that's more than just being sensitive to God, but she was the character in the story that got it, that God was actually speaking when her lunk of a husband just couldn't quite put that together until the end. And this was in the period of the judges when everyone was doing right in their own eyes, to the point no one expected to actually hear from God except this one lone unnamed woman. In fact, her husband almost bungles the whole thing. She seemed to be aware of a higher calling that was given to her when no one else imagined that. She was special. Imagine if God would give you this sensitivity to His voice and His calling today, this year, this month. But don't think that He's not talking to you. It's just you're not able to hear it. No judgment. What if you began to feel that He had your back? Oh my goodness. You would be fearless a little bit, right? A little or a lot more. What if He gave you trust so that you could actually trust in Him more? How would that change your prayer life, right? Worship? Your other relationships? For a 2021 CDC study, 42% of teens are experiencing persistent, severe feelings of sadness and hopelessness, up 50% from 2011. Wow. 60% of women, 70% of LGBTQ+. I mean, how would an experience of this heavenly source sensitivity to God change that? Yeah? Final comments after a word from our sponsors. So check out the first Dance Daughters of the Most High book. There's a second one coming out soon. Follow me on my author website, drbillsenyard.com, to know when exactly it'll be published. Hey, I'm Dr. Bill Senyard. If you want to learn more, go to gospel-app.com. Check it out. There's lots of resources there. And let me know what you think about our anti-resolution revolution. Bill at gospel-app.com. Thanks for listening. Take heart, child of God.
This is my skyship, Dreamer. My cargo is stories, and our destination, dreams.
With Abide Sleep Stories for Kids, you can help your children fall asleep fast and learn about God. To find these kids' bedtime stories, go to lifeaudio.com or search your favorite podcast app for Abide Stories for Kids. You can also download the Abide app for more biblical meditations at abide.com.